Hey, I'm Max. Good to see you out here in the great outdoors. This makes me think of environmental identity. I think of environmental identity as a way of understanding your place in the natural world and the core values and beliefs that influence your actions. As I've matured, I've become a lot more conscious about my place in the natural world, not as separate from nature, but interconnected in a multitude of ways. Like how humans can't survive without natural resources, and how the Earth would probably actually be better if humans died off. So that's a bad example. In video gaming circles, we have this phrase, touch grass. And it means you're a loser, you spend too much time on this game, go outside. And fortunately, as a kid, I touched a lot of grass. I grew up in Minnesota and my backyard was basically a forest, acres and acres of forest. And that's where I developed a sense of wonder and attachment to the natural world. I think it's so important to have those types of experiences as a kid because otherwise you could end up totally detached from the natural world and end up reinforcing that socially constructed dichotomy between human and nature. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that they were actually onto something with the 3 R's. Reduce, reuse, recycle? Yeah. Reduce. Use less shit. I think we should all use less shit. For example, maybe try to not buy so much stuff from fast fashion and garbage from Temu that you don't actually need. Most of my clothes are from my friends, like this. I got this from a friend. You have friends, right? This is gonna blow your mind. This might blow your mind. This might actually blow your mind. Prepare to have your mind blown. Did you know that the guy who invented plastic bags actually thought that he was gonna save the world? That's because he was trying to solve deforestation and reduce the number of paper bags that people use. But the whole idea of single-use plastics was never part of the plan. Did you know that marine plastics are set to outweigh fish, all the fish versus all the plastic by 2050? What the f? And then there's recycling. A lot of people like to talk about how recycling is a scam, and to be honest, they kind of make it hard to recycle and they make it not really energy efficient anyway. Like a lot of plastic doesn't get recycled, a lot of glass doesn't get recycled, but a lot of cans do get recycled. But overall, you shouldn't use it as an excuse to not even try. It's easy to get cynical about stuff like recycling, but we really should all try to reduce our carbon footprint. Wait, carbon footprint? Do you know who popularized that term? Could it be that it was BP, Fossil Fuel Corporation, that was responsible for the greatest oil spill disaster in history?
5 million barrels of oil
Spilled into the Gulf of Mexico, or if you're a terrible person, the Gulf of America? It's clever though. The massive corporations that produce the bulk of greenhouse gases consistently lobby against renewable energy research and development, and even help fund the campaigns of the policymakers that ensure that their industry stays as unregulated as possible. They are the ones flipping the script, trying to make you feel guilty about driving your car to work instead of riding a bike, leaving your light on all night, or using a plastic water bottle every once in a while. Because you have to, sometimes. It's true. Unfortunately. This brings us to the importance of environmental communication. You don't have to be an expert to share these issues with others. You don't even have to know all the facts. There's some value in inspiring other people to do their own research. The most important thing is to not get stuck in the doom and gloom of it all. It sucks to know that there's not a whole lot you can do as a single person, but it's crucial to be skeptical about the narratives that you're fed from corporations and politicians who definitely don't have your best interest in mind, much less the interest of future generations and the planet's well-being. Vote for politicians who actually stand up for climate change solutions and renewable energy, not the shills who get their vacations paid for by ExxonMobil. So anyway, those are the messages I like to share about environmental communication. Don't forget to do some research, figure out what you're passionate about, what you can do about it, and don't forget to touch grass.